Hey everybody, welcome to the next installment of Off Kilter's Carnivore Month preparation series. Tonight we are going to talk about some drinks. What to drink on carnivore, what's okay, what's not okay, all that fun stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about is milk. Before carnivore, I could drink a gallon of milk a day by myself without issue, and that's after drinking a gallon of water throughout the day. I just loved milk. Once I got on carnivore, and I also used it for to treat reflux and stuff like that, heartburn. And so it was both. I just enjoyed drinking milk and medicine. But once I got on carnivore and I started reading, people were saying you shouldn't drink milk because the lactose in it can turn into sugars, which could kick you out of ketosis or trigger an insulin response. And that's just not a good thing. So I stopped drinking milk, and oddly enough, I stopped having heartburn too. I don't know if there was a correlation between that, but that's what it was. If I had really bad heartburn, instead of going for Tums or something, I would have some milk, but I didn't. Some people drink milk, no problem. So the key to drinking milk is if you're going to keep it in your diet, you're going to want to have whole milk. None of this 2%, 1%, or white water skim milk crap. Make sure that it is whole milk. Other than that, it's really kind of up to you what you want to have in your diet. Obviously, water, totally fine. Tea is okay. You just have to make sure that you don't add honey or sugar to the tea, that it's just regular tea. There are some sweeteners that you can put into coffee, or not coffee, anything really, that aren't necessarily artificial sweeteners, so like monk fruit or stevia, something like that. To me, stevia is not very good. Monk fruit tastes pretty decent as a good sugar substitute. But if you can get away from it, that's even better because it helps break that addiction to sugar. I do still drink diet sodas. I mentioned that on the last video. It's frowned upon by a lot of people. I catch some crap. It's just me. Especially if I get sick, I have to have the carbonation because I turn into the biggest baby on earth when I have a sore throat. So if I don't have some kind of carbonation, then I'll lose it. And if I have to choose between, Perrier or LaCroix or something like that, or a Diet Mountain Dew, I'm going to climb that mountain every time because the other stuff is disgusting. I just can't drink it. I've tried. It just doesn't work with my palate. So if you keep soda, make sure it's sugar-free. Diet's fine. Diet root beer, you can't tell the difference between regular root beer, diet root beer. Other stuff, you can tell it's diet. Some is better than others. Again, it's not good for you. I drink it. It's my personal choice. You don't have to if you don't want to. Coffee is okay on carnivore. Make sure that it is either black coffee or bulletproof coffee. Bulletproof coffee uses butter and cream along with MCT oil, which is medium chain triglycerides. It's from a coconut. I know that's not carnivore, but you know what? Neither is the bean that you're making your coffee with. But it kickstarts your body into the fat adaptation. Now, word of caution. With MCT oil, follow the directions. I was half asleep when I made it one time. I put too much in there, and it made me feel for Jeff Daniels' character in Dumb and Dumber. So I had to come home. My stomach hurt so bad. I thought I was going to vomit. I told my principal, I got to go home. And once I told them what happened, they laughed at me, and it's all good fun. But make sure you read the directions because it can work as laxative, for lack of a better term. other than that, it works great. Get your body kick-started into using fat as an energy source. Good stuff. I do put a square of raw chocolate, and by raw I mean no cream or sugar added. Obviously, it's been processed because it's a square and it's not a bean. But I do put that to melt into the coffee, blend it all up with an immersion blender. Almost turns into like a latte type frothiness. And I do that just because it's good for your heart. And being a big guy, I want to make sure that I'm doing as much as I can for my heart as possible. Bone broth is an incredibly beneficial drink. I have not had it where I've enjoyed it yet. I need to take the time and spend the 12 hours to make it. I've made it in a pressure cooker, and it was disgusting. The dog wouldn't even drink it. So I need to try some different ways, and I'll do that, and maybe I'll make a video if I find one that's good. But what bone broth does, it helps replace electrolytes, which you desperately need. Before I was even carnivore, I learned what electrolyte deficiency, how painful that is, how expensive it was, and they still didn't give me an answer. And then finally, a wonderful friend goes, "You drink that much water? Well, no wonder you're having all these issues, because you're flushing all the electrolytes out of your system." So I added a Powerade Zero to my daily thing, and all those issues and pain went away. So electrolytes are very important. Bone broth is a great place to get that. It also has collagen in it, which excuse me, helps your joints and your knees and back. I mean, it's incredible for all that stuff. There's also Keto Aid. Keto Aid is essentially water with potassium, usually in the form of like no salt or light salt, which is just crystallized potassium, as well as some magnesium. Now, I can't remember the name of the magnesium. It's not the magnesium citrate. It's the other one. If you use the magnesium citrate, that is has a diuretic and laxative properties as well. So you need to go with the other magnesium. I haven't made that yet. It's on my list to make. I have all the stuff to make it. Instead, I'm just kind of burning through the vitamin supplements of potassium and magnesium that I have, and then I'll probably go to the Keto Aid. But it helps your muscles from not cramping and stuff like that. And really, that's the only thing I found that you need to supplement that I don't get enough from meat is that. So that was good to know. But Keto Aid is made with pink Himalayan salt, no salt, which is the crystallized potassium, and magnesium. The only other thing I can tell you right now is if you are someone who works out or you're an energy drink addict, I used to drink them all the time until I got tired of the highs and the lows and the crashes and feeling my heart feel like it's going to beat it out of my chest. And so I stopped. I'm like, this cannot be good for you. I started drinking them a few years later with the white monsters, and those were okay. I drink them every now and then, driving, whatever. But I saw online, and these are getting more and more popular. If you haven't tried a Bang energy drink, it is well worth your time and money. There's no spike, no jitteriness, no crash. I often tell people there was an energy drink called Buku that I used to drink, and I haven't been able to find it for years, but it was delicious, one of the best I've ever had. The problem is the crash and the highs were so bad. I said, I can never do cocaine. I can't handle this crash. I could never come down off something like that. You don't get that type of stuff with Bang. Bang is, as far as I know, the only keto approved friendly energy drink out there. The sweeteners in it you're good to go. You don't have to worry about insulin spikes or anything like that. And it tastes really good. This one is Blue Raz. It is probably my favorite. The other one I have here is Rainbow Unicorn. It's tied for second favorite along with Star Blast. And then there was a berry one that just came out. I can't remember the name. It was really good too, so I'll probably put that at fourth. The ones to stay away from, the Fruit Power Punch is pretty disgusting, and the Black Cherry. The other ones, all the other ones I've tried that have caffeine in it, I didn't like the ones without caffeine, were pretty good. I haven't tried the tea because I don't like tea. Tea is the soccer of beverages, in my opinion. And, which if I need to explain that, I will. And I haven't tried the, there's like a guava one. I haven't tried that either.
Coffee ones too.
There is some coffee ones Hannah's telling me. I haven't tried those. So I'll get around to them eventually. But they're popping up everywhere now. Used to, you could only get them at like a Publix. And now Walmart has them. Everything like that. There is a cotton candy one, but it is too cotton candy for me. So I'm not a huge cotton candy flavored fan. And other than that, so those are the beverages. All kinds of good stuff you can drink. And it's really up to you. What are you willing to do? What are you okay with to have in your diet? Just make sure there's no sugar, no carbs, and for the most part, you'll be okay. If you're one of those that are super strict, stay away from the diet soda, stay away from anything with the artificial sweeteners, and you'll be good to go. So remember, guys, be self-sufficient, help everyone you can, inconvenience no one. Have a good day or rest of your day, and we will get back to the next video. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.